In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to create a table of contents automatically using a macro within Microsoft Excel. So macros are a popular way to automate some of your tasks in Excel, and we're just going to look at one of the more basic examples to start with in this lesson. Creating a table of contents can be a time-consuming activity if you've got a lot of different tabs or lessons or material as part of the list that you're preparing. And there are a couple of benefits of automating that. First, because it is time-consuming, and then second of all, what if you have changes to your outline? Well, it'd be nice if that was automated too, so that if there were certain changes to your outline, your table of contents would automatically update. And both of those things are achieved through this Microsoft Excel macro for creating and updating the table of contents. So let's take a look at how it's done. If you have multiple tabs in a workbook and you want to create an easy reference to each of them, a top-level tab with a table of contents is appropriate. The Table of Contents tab has essentially a summary of all the sheets, and each sheet name is clickable to bring the user to that specific tab. Let's go to the TOC tab that we have within this workbook. If I go to the TOC tab, I can see that there are a number of different topics as part of the professional Excel training course. We can see that they have a variety of names, and one of the lessons is Table of Contents with Macro, which is related to this lesson. If I click on it, it takes me to the Table of Contents with Macros Excel lesson tab. So how do we create a table of contents automatically? Well, I've done that in the Table of Contents tab, and the example that I'm using here is to create a sample table of contents using a macro based on 3 supporting tabs that I've created in this workbook. So I created some dummy tabs called page 1, another one called page 2, and a third one called page 3. The idea here is to show an example of how to create a table of contents for these pages using a macro. There could have been numerous more pages through a long list of worksheet tabs, but in this case, for this example, I just put 3 worksheet tabs. You can see the final result of the macro on the Table of Contents tab. There's the Macros tab, page 1, page 2, and page 3. And let's create it from scratch. So the way in which you want to set up a macro is by first hitting Alt F11. That opens up the Macros Visual Basic Developer tool. The next thing that you have to do is you have to save your Excel file as a macro-enabled Excel file in settings. The next thing that you want to do is you want to click on the Insert button within the Visual Basic for applications, and then click on Module. And for the module, you want to insert the text as it appears on screen in this workbook here. You want to essentially just copy this text and paste it into the macro Visual Basic notepad that's on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it, and then I'm going to paste it within the Visual Basic application. And then I'm going to click F5 to run the task, and it looks like it's created the table of contents for me and called it Table of Contents. It's got links to all of the supporting tabs, one of which is called TOC, a page 1, a page 2, and a page 3. And if I go back to open up VBA, I can see that we called or named the Table of Contents tab Table of Contents, and you could have named it whatever you wanted to by changing this part here of the syntax within the VBA code. So that's how you create a table of contents automatically with it linking to the supporting tabs using a macro within Microsoft Excel. As you can imagine, it can come in handy if you've got a lot of different tabs and you want to create a table of contents for all of them within a top level tab. If I open up VBA, I can also see some other specifications that I provided. You can see that not only did I name the header table of contents within the sheet, I also applied the font Calibri, the font size 14, and I also chose to underline it and bold it, which is indicated with this syntax here. Hey guys, thanks for watching this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe from you. And if you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel, check out these videos above. And don't forget to check out our website, commercecurve.com, where we have lots of in-depth finance and accounting courses available with full training workbooks. All of our courses come with complete workbooks of lessons, examples, pre-built financial models, and training video. Hope to see you there.